Welcome back to the channel. Today, me and Benji are down in Macohattan, out on the Bald Eagle Valley Trail. Basically just a road that runs between the river and some fields. And I don't know if the sun's gonna allow me to show this or not. How well it's picking up on the camera, but I'm noticing the first hints of fall from the leaves. I'm a little on the shocked side though, because it's been so warm. But I also see, I think are beans, soybean maybe, I don't know. I'm not a farmer, I don't know what everything is seeming to turn to. But yeah, I'm starting to see some colors on the trees. Hints of fall in the air, I guess. You know, it doesn't much feel like it. I still watch weather from back by Pittsburgh, and they were talking, because it's been so dry back that way, that stuff might change early. It's a little more, I guess we'll call it droughtish back there. We've had a little more rain out here in the middle of the state than what they have. And I've seen it up on the mountain higher a little bit, but I'm just a little shocked to see it down here. So that's a good example of stuff starting to change right there. Oh, there's Benji. So I just thought I'd do a quick video on, showing down here the start of fall. Doesn't really seem like it too much up on the mountains over there. But it's also an extremely beautiful day. In the scheme of things, it's probably 81 degrees, 82 degrees, somewhere in there. It depends on where you're at. I mean, when you're driving, it fluctuates a little bit on the car thermometer. But it was probably about 80, 82 degrees when I got here. That's probably what it is now. Humidity's not real bad. It's just an extremely nice day out. A little on the warm side, but I was just shocked to see that I was shocked to see the amount of leaves that were down in spots throughout here. And that we're actually starting to see color. We did have a couple cool nights. And I see it a little bit more. Rephrase that. I see this up on Heiner a little bit, up on top of the mountain, up on 44. But I expect that up there because it, depending on the day, it can be 10 degrees colder. I think I've seen it upwards of 12. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's real close to the same temperature, but 90% of the time it's anywhere from 5 to 8 degrees difference. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm driving down in town till I get up on top of the mountain, different spots. I mean, the coolest spot usually is traveling down into Waterville, like once you actually leave the top of the mountain going down through there, because it doesn't ever see very much sun. But I was just shocked to see it down here, because this is usually a warm spot, or warm. It's usually warmer down here. And I always thought that fall and the changing of the leaves had to do with the temperature change. Once you start getting, those real cool nights, usually in October. And wasn't so much last year, but the year before when we moved actually up here. Starting right about now, give or take, because we Yeah, it was mid-September, I think, when we actually decided that we were moving, and we moved in a month. By the time we got here, all the leaves were basically down. I never cut grass or anything once we got here, but we had some early frosting that year. So yeah, I always thought that it went off temperature, and I didn't think it got that cold. We've had some cool nights, but not nothing frosty. So yeah, I'm just a little shocked to see it changing, especially stem place like this where it's a little bit warmer. Usually don't do very many videos down here because it's always so busy too. And it's been kind of nice, I haven't seen anybody today. So maybe that's another reason why I decided to pull the camera out. Because it's a lot easier to film whenever you're not trying to keep everybody else's face out of it. So I know most people don't mind, and it is what it is when you're kind of out in public. You know, people are filming all the time. I mean, heck, the past year or so, there's been a camera down here in a box. You know what I mean? Which, on another note, figured I'd bring this up too. They actually moved the gate, like, at the very beginning of the parking lot, there was like a cable for the gate with an orange cone. And then, come through that first section, there's a big yellow metal gate. And they actually moved the metal gate down to the first part and just completely got rid of the cable, which I think is kind of cool. I think that'll make it easier for the farmers to come in and harvest this stuff this year. I think the deer have been at it, by the way, on this spot. Saw this last year too. And there's a hole leading down into the woods. So I have to assume deer getting into the corn. But anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Like I said, this first glimpse of fall that I'm really seeing, other than up on the mountain. So hopefully we start getting some of that fall weather here real soon. Then it cools off, and honestly, at least for my town's sake, they have a fall foliage festival. I'm kind of hoping they have a good one of those this year. Last year's wasn't so great. In my opinion, it was rainy and crappy most of the weekend. So I hope they have a really good one of those too this year. People put a lot of effort into that. And it's the big deal, I guess, in the town. So hopefully that goes off good this year. And we'll catch you on the next one, I guess. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff if you want to. Figured I'd throw this in too because I talked about it, but this is where the gate used to be. Down on this end. Right here. Another spot of Keller. But this is just a we'll call it a good, oh crap, a big old turtle. I don't know how to do it justice, but trying to get him in there. I'm a size 13. He's at least as big as my shoe. 30. Good boy. Come here. That's a snapper, I believe. We're not going to find out and piss him off. But yeah, I'd say he's the length of a ruler, 12 inches at least. All right, come on. Don't mess with the turtle. Come on, now. Anyway, good example of how many leaves are actually down in this spot. And all way up there, you can see that new yellow gate that once was right back there. I have to assume they did it for ease of access, so they only ever had to mess with the one gate. But who knows? So anyway, just thought I'd show you all that and just how many leaves were down. The turtle was a surprise. All right, catch you on the next one.